Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. So first turn, Vampiric Rites. Second turn, Colostria Healer. So, Esper Aristocrats versus Black-White Allies. Or at least that's what it looks like at the moment. And Blood Bond Vampire. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And end hostilities to clear the board. I have to say that's kind of unusual from a sacrifice type deck. But at the same time, he's playing really slow for an aristocrats deck. He's playing more along the lines of a control deck at this speed. So another Colostria Healer into Serene Steward. And another... nothing. Palace Siege. He will choose... well... okay. 5 mana. For Silumgar's command. Counter target non-creature spell, and then he gives the Colostria Healer -3/-3. Palace Siege, though. In that particular situation, if the Palace Siege had resolved, I have to say, either way would have been helpful. Because he'd be able to get back his allies, which would trigger all the ally abilities. The Bloodbond Vampire would get +1/+1 counters. He'd be able to use the Serene Steward's ability, or he could just go for the lose life, gain life ability, which does the same stuff. Ooh, March from the Tomb. Return any number of target allied creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. Total converted mana cost 8 or less. Which was all of them. And it left him with mana that he could use Serene Steward's ability with. So Steward's now 4/4. Bloodbond Vampire will end as a 9/9. And then he'll have 2 Colostria Healers and the Serene Steward. But disperse on Serene Steward. And Hangerback Walker for 3. So chump black, sacrifice it to Vampiric Rites. Come on. Gains a life, draws a card, gets 3/1/1 flyers, goes back up to 6. Why didn't he play the Serene Steward again? Is he hoping to be able to make it a kill shot? And sacrifice all around. He'll gain 3 life, draw 3 cards, and have chump blocked all of the attackers. So he's back up to 9. End of turn, Stasis Snare on the Bloodbond Vampire. Oh! Ally Encampment. Bounce it back to his hand. Save it from the Stasis Snare. And Languish kills the double healer. Throws down Bloodbond Vampire. Throws down Serene Steward. Throws down Scoured Barons, which will trigger both of them. Vampire will be a 4/4. He'll probably make the Serene Steward a 3/3. So that'll be a total of 7 if the Esper Control deck doesn't have a way of stopping it. But no, he buffs up the Vampire with the Steward, so it's up to a 5/5. Protects it against Languish, but at the same time it makes it a much more tempting target for something like a Ruinous Path or Stasis Snare. And Silumgar's Command. Return target permanent to its owner's hand, and target creature gets -3/-3. So he's bouncing Stasis Snare back to his hand, killing the Serene Steward, and recasting the Stasis Snare to get rid of the Bloodbond Vampire. Allied deck plays a land, which is rather unfortunate for him. Mans up the Shambling Vents. Demonic Pact. You know, here I thought I had seen the last of that terrible card, but in this particular instance, provided he has a way of getting rid of it, it's actually quite helpful for him because he's not in a good way. So mans up the Shambling Vents after playing an Expedition Envoy. Swings in with the Vents. Puts him down to 5. Pact activates. What is he going to choose? He chooses to draw 2 cards. Probably the best option right now since he really needs some answers. Silk Wrap to get rid of the Expedition Envoy. Four cards in hand. Throws down Starfield of Nyx. That is actually, well, if you weren't on 36 life, it would actually be a pretty good move. And ultimate price on Stasis Snare. He sacrifices it. He sacrifices Vampiric Rites to itself so that he can play Vampiric Rites again. Interesting. Did I miss something there? Ultimate price targeting Stasis Snare. Why? I missed something here. He targeted Stasis Snare with ultimate price. He activated Vampiric Rites. For some reason, ultimate price then had no legal target. Oh, it was Starfield of Nyx. Sorry, you have to have 5 or more enchantments for them to be creatures. So 4 damage to the land. He'll gain 4 life, put him back up to 6. He will return Stasis Snare to his hand. Or return it to the battlefield, excuse me. Remove the vampire. Sigil of the Empty Throne. So actually, things have been turned around on the ally deck quite nicely. Vampiric Rites will take care of the Demonic Pact when it comes time. And he's got a bunch of blockers. Renewable blockers. And the ally deck concedes. Perfectly understandable. He was on top deck. Even a board clear, I don't think would have helped him right there, because Starfield would just keep bringing things back, and he still had card advantage. So that was a pretty long match, so I'm going to end the video there. That was Black and White Allies versus Esper Control Enchantments. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe